Welcome to today's deep dive into the most exciting and groundbreaking research on the brain and behavior in 2026. This year has already brought a wave of discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of how the brain functions, how behavior is influenced, and how new technologies are allowing us to explore the mind like never before. In this video, we will explore the top studies, the innovative techniques behind them, and their implications for mental health, neuroscience, and everyday life. 1. Advancements in brain mapping. One of the biggest leaps in 2026 has been in brain mapping. Researchers are now using ultra-high-resolution imaging technologies to observe neural activity in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago. Functional MRI, combined with AI-driven data analysis, allows scientists to see not just which areas of the brain are active during specific tasks, but how networks of neurons interact in real time. A recent study conducted at the Neurotech Institute demonstrated that these new mapping techniques can predict behavioral responses to complex social situations. For instance, they could identify patterns in brain activity that predicted whether someone would respond empathetically or selfishly. In a controlled social experiment, this research has enormous potential for understanding social behavior and for developing interventions for social disorders such as autism spectrum disorder and sociopathy. 2. Brain-computer interfaces. 2026 has also been a remarkable year for brain-computer interface research. Scientists are developing non-invasive devices that allow the brain to communicate directly with computers and other devices. A key study published earlier this year showed that these interfaces can be used to enhance cognitive functions, such as memory and attention, in both healthy individuals and patients recovering from brain injuries. For example, one experiment involved participants learning a new language while wearing a neural interface. The interface monitored neural activity associated with learning and provided real-time feedback. Remarkably, participants learned faster and retained information more effectively. This research is a significant step toward cognitive enhancement technologies that could one day help people overcome learning difficulties or recover from neurological trauma through understanding emotional regulation. Another hot topic in 2026 is the neuroscience of emotions. Researchers are investigating how the brain regulates emotions, especially under stress, and how this affects behavior. Using advanced neuroimaging and machine learning, scientists have been able to identify precise neural circuits involved in emotional regulation. One study focused on the amygdala prefrontal cortex connection and how its activity predicts resilience to stress. Participants who showed stronger connectivity between these areas were better able to manage stressful situations and maintain positive behavior. The implications are profound, offering new insights into treatments for anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Moreover, it opens avenues for personalized interventions, where therapy can be tailored to an individual's neural profile. Cognitive neuroscience and decision-making. Decision-making remains one of the most fascinating areas of brain and behavior research. In 2026, studies have revealed new insights into how the brain evaluates risk, reward, and long-term consequences. Using a combination of neuroimaging and behavioral experiments, researchers have mapped the specific neural pathways involved in making moral and financial decisions. A particularly striking study involved participants making high-stakes choices in a simulated environment. Researchers found that certain patterns of prefrontal and striatal activity could predict not only the choices participants would make, but also their confidence levels and emotional reactions afterward. This research enhances our understanding of human behavior in economic, social, and ethical contexts and may lead to better strategies for education, business, and mental health interventions. 5. Neuroplasticity and lifelong learning. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself, is another area where 2026 has seen major breakthroughs. Researchers have demonstrated that neuroplasticity is far more dynamic than previously thought, continuing well into adulthood. Recent experiments have shown that targeted cognitive training, combined with specific neural stimulation, can accelerate the formation of new neural pathways and improve learning outcomes. For instance, participants who engaged in complex problem-solving tasks while receiving transcranial magnetic stimulation showed enhanced memory retention and cognitive flexibility compared to controls. These findings suggest that the brain's capacity for adaptation can be leveraged for education, rehabilitation, and lifelong learning in unprecedented ways. Behavioral neuroscience and social interaction. Understanding how brain activity influences social behavior has always been a challenge. In 2026, researchers are making strides using virtual reality combined with neural monitoring to simulate real-world social environments. These experiments allow scientists to study social cognition, empathy, and cooperation in controlled yet realistic settings. One fascinating study observed how people react to fairness and injustice in a virtual marketplace. By analyzing brain activity during these interactions, researchers were able to predict cooperative versus competitive behavior with remarkable accuracy. This research has potential applications in education, conflict resolution, and even the development of AI that better understands human social behavior. Implications for mental health. All these advances are not just academic, they have real-world implications. From improving therapies for depression and anxiety to enhancing cognitive abilities and social functioning, the research of 2026 is providing tools that could transform mental health care. Personalized medicine is becoming more feasible, with interventions tailored to an individual's unique neural patterns. Moreover, the integration of AI and neuroscience is accelerating discoveries, allowing researchers to analyze massive datasets and uncover subtle patterns that were previously invisible. This is helping identify early markers for mental illnesses, opening the door for preventive strategies rather than reactive treatments. In summary, 2026 is a landmark year for research on brain and behavior. From advanced brain mapping and brain-computer interfaces to emotional regulation, decision-making, neuroplasticity, and social cognition, scientists are uncovering new ways to understand and enhance the human mind. These discoveries are not only deepening our knowledge of the brain, but are also offering practical applications that can improve mental health, learning, and everyday life. The future of neuroscience and behavioral research looks brighter than ever. As we continue to explore the complexities of the brain, we move closer to a world where cognitive enhancement, personalized mental health care, and deeper understanding of human behavior become a reality. Thank you for joining this exploration of the best research on brain and behavior in 2026. Stay curious and keep learning about the incredible organ that defines who we are, the human brain.